It's a very big thank you as far as I'm concerned.
When I go back to the past and I remember the excitement of the beginning of it all and the strength of sharing it with so many people together and everything, and what we expected to happen in numbers and in changing things, and it hasn't happened. And it's a mystery to me. I really don't understand.
It is true to say that I probably love Papa more than anyone else I've ever met. And if I really ask myself why, then it's because I feel he loved me more than anyone else I've ever met.
I feel that my relationship with Ros could not have been as good as it was without our common sharing in the Latihan. We had 53 years of marriage, and we trusted each other, and we were benefited hugely from our joint responsibilities for other people in the matter of the Brighton group, really.
When I was in my 20s, I was doing pottery, and I was so passionate about it. And then my life took a course, and I married Leonard, and we wanted a big family, so I just put all my pots literally on the shelf, never thinking that I would ever actually get back to it. But now, 55 years later, I've come full circle. I'm right back in it, which is wonderful. It's really wonderful for me to have come back to that. And though I haven't made pots all that time, they're okay. You know, I can really feel it hasn't been for nothing. I mean, of course it hasn't been for nothing, but I never thought of it as my future, that I would get back to pot.
I prefer other people to say you've changed, or you're better or worse, or horrid or nicer.
I would love to see more people doing the Latihan. I think the Latihan is just such an amazing gift, and it's experienced by so few people.
I remember standing beside Papa when he was telling two people that the fate of your country can be changed if there are 2 or 3 people doing the Latihan sincerely. So, you know, maybe there's hope.
My project is to try and explain it better and better. I mean, I see sort of the extension of my work as Papa's interpreter is to find better and better ways of explaining Subud.
It's still an unknown thing, and now the potential to grow isn't there. It was there when it was near the start, sort of. That's all.
What I would love to see also is Subud succeeding in enterprises, so that I think it's all actually more important than anything else, because Papa always said the charitable must come after the enterprise, and in a way I feel if the enterprise is right, it contains the charitable within it.
To leave to the individual much more space to in some ways lessen the national structures as they are today, to leave it more to the individual and the groups, not especially the groups to have committee and member and all this sort of heavy paperwork and heavy structure. I would allow people to open people freely according to what they feel right.
Our experience in Lewis is that people come to the Latihan as a result of things we do in the world. I mean, the school and Pelham House have brought in far more people than used to come before we did those two things.
Everybody gets old, and maybe there's some benefit comes from just the passing of the years, but one way or another, I do feel I've had a lot of help somewhere and somehow.
I think it has fantastic possibilities, and for some people it really does wonderful things. And I know that I want to be there. That's all. And whatever happens, happens. Trust the good Lord.
Trust the Lord.
Yes.
Well, that's it.
I would wish that somehow we were of sufficient courage and vision to demonstrate for this, to the wide world that Subud can and is a benefit for mankind in the matter of all kinds of human activities.
I feel part of a family.
Right. Yeah.
And I do I love that. And I feel at home there. I feel as if I belong. And it belongs to me too. Yeah, it's great.
One hopes that enough of us will get to a stage where we don't ask stupid questions anymore. We accept that this is a reality, and that if it is a reality, we have to work for it. And I think the disappointments I have are those people who take the Latihan, practice it, but don't do anything. They don't try to do Susila Dharma, or they don't try to have an enterprise. They just want the spiritual lift. And that's not good enough, because that's not what it's about.
Subud's been through so many stages and phases and ups and downs, and that I haven't got anything to say, because it'll take its course. And I really feel it too. It's in the hands of God.
My hope is that the Latihan will gradually penetrate in all of us, so that we don't anymore have doubts, that we know through our own experience that this is something quite unprecedented.